Last year while studying abroad, I had a transformative life experience. I know what you're thinking. Darby, tell me more. Okay, I will. See me lying in my bed, scrolling through my Instagram, and suddenly an image speaks to me. Okay, had a drinking problem abroad. Demisexual, a person who does not experience sexual attraction unless they form a strong emotional connection first. I quickly Googled the term and found the Are You a Demisexual test from lonerwolf.com. I took the test and got a resounding yes, I was a demisexual. According to the wise teenagers of Tumblr and some doctors, demisexuality is a form of asexuality. In his 2004 book, Understanding Asexuality, Professor Anthony Bogarrett explains, 1% of Americans are asexual, but most of them don't know it. We are the 1%. You think? Asexuality is one of the most misunderstood and forgotten sexual identities and orientations. Don't believe me? Just look at all the allies claiming that the A in LGBTQA is for them. It's not. It's for asexuals. So today, we're taking back the A for asexuals by first examining the cause of our confusion, second, the effects it's having, or finally coming up with some solutions for our sexless friends. As I continued scrolling through Instagram that first night, I came across another image, the demisexual hippogriff. Apparently it's a thing for different sexual identities and orientations. There's also the asexual dragon, transgender fawn, non-binary merperson, and other creatures you find in a bad Harry Potter fanfiction. Why do all these sexual orientations use these made-up creatures, you ask? Perhaps it's because of all the doctors and scientists claiming we just don't exist. Causes. Science is woefully behind in understanding asexuality, and media portrayal of asexuals has been non-existent at best and offensive at worst. First, science has kind of dropped the balls in asexuals, and we're like totally not interested. The first time asexuals were discussed was in the 1940s by Professor Alfred Kinsey. Kinsey created a special X category for asexuals. The next time we got a shout out from science was in the 1994 Diagnostics and Statistics Manual. Except this time, we didn't get a special X category. Instead, we were labeled as hypoactive sexual desire disorder, or HSDD. Well, I, for one, would rather have HSDD than an STD. The manual further suggested that asexuals be treated with some special vitamin D and B, if you know what they mean. I can't believe they actually thought asexuality was a disease. It's not like it's being ginger or something. The next time scientists talked about asexuals was in 2005, when Leonard DeGerdes, head of Johns Hopkins University School of Medical Sexual Health Program, told the New York Times he didn't see asexuals as real people. That's right, because we're dragons. And second, because science is so far behind in explaining asexuality, we're forced to rely on media portrayal. Unfortunately, the media uses asexuality as a trope for genius, socially awkward men. Think Sheldon Cooper in The Big Bang Theory, or Sherlock Holmes in the British adaptation of Sherlock. Apparently, being asexual is supposed to explain away their asinine and socially awkward behavior. It doesn't. Professor Anthony Bogarrett further explained in his previously mentioned book that the majority of asexuals, 70%, are women, which means only portraying us as men in TV is wrong. Thanks again, Hollywood, for once again ignoring our female perspective. As I continued scrolling through Instagram that first night, I decided to text my boyfriend the good news. He was initially supportive, but after he actually read my text and looked up what it meant, he became concerned. Did this mean I didn't find him attractive when we first met? Did I not find him attractive now? Did I not like hooking up with him? Was I actually a cold robot? Oh, this is awkward. Next, awkwardness for non-asexuals and asexuals alike. First, non-asexuals feel awkward. This effect is more accurately described as discrimination. In their 2012 study, Karen McInnes and Gordon Hodson asked participants to rate heterosexuals, homosexuals, asexuals, and bisexuals on uniquely human traits and emotions. such as thoroughness, thoughtfulness, and a likelihood to pirate music. Asexuals were seen to have the least of these traits by a boatload. The study also found that asexuals were termed as animalistic, and not in a good way, and called them machine-like Hillary Clinton. Still not in a good way. The study also found that participants were most likely to discriminate against asexuals and felt most uncomfortable around them, because apparently not having sex is scarier than doing it the wrong way. Second, asexuals feel more uncomfortable than my boyfriend does in this room right now. For the majority of my life, I thought that sexual attraction was something that was kind of made up, that none of us actually felt. We were all just playing along. Yeah, that's not the case. The majority of people do feel sexual attraction. One of my friends asked me if I'd ever been concerned I was gay because I wasn't attracted to boys. I told her no. I'm just not a pedophile. Duh, Carly. But actually, for the majority of my life, I was concerned because things were different for me. Crack.com of November 24th, 2014, cracked the code, as to why asexuals feel so uncomfortable. If you're not interested in sex, the majority of the world is pretty strange. Sex sells, sex rules, sex makes the world go round. But for those of us not getting any, we're left wondering why a girl in a bikini is supposed to make us want a hamburger. How did Game of Thrones get to season 6? And what in the hell is happening in 50 Shades of Grey? For those of us not interested in sex, the majority of the world is actually pretty silly to participate in. After my boyfriend finally calmed down and I assured him that yes, I do find him sexy, he felt a lot better, especially knowing he was probably the only person I'd ever been attracted to. Like the number of people I've been attracted to, there are 2 solutions today. First, representation. Second, education. First, we need to start representing asexuals fairly in science and the media. The landmark paper about asexuality came out in 2004, but the Diagnostics and Statistics Manual didn't update until 2013. Not so fun fact, that means for the first 19 years of my life, I was considered diseased because of my sexual identity. No individual should be made to feel less, simply because their experience is different. Just because our experience isn't the same as yours doesn't mean that it's wrong in some way. In fact, 3.2 million Americans identify as asexual. That's more than the number of Americans who live in the city of Chicago, and they have like 4 TV shows. We only want 1. Second, we need to educate ourselves and stand up for asexuals. When you hear other individuals making a joke at our expense, be our allies. Contrary to popular belief, we do have emotions. I myself experience a broad range of emotions on a daily basis. Let me show you. Asexuality isn't real. Asexuality is weird. Asexuals are my friends. See, we do have emotions, and we have strong friendships. I have a boyfriend, for now. If you'd like to learn more about asexuality, I encourage you to go online to the Asexuality, Visibility, and Education Network, or AVIN. They're totally welcoming and non-judgmental of all you sex-crazed freaks. But actually, educate yourselves more about this issue, and stand up for those who are suffering from it right now. It only took me 20 years and 2 big moves to determine a fundamental aspect of my life. So today, we looked at the causes, effects, and solutions to our problem of misunderstanding asexuality. In fact, coming out of the basement, that's what it's called, when you're an asexual, wasn't exactly easy, but I think I deserve an A for that.